Welcome back to the City of Poems podcast. Two brothers got together, started a podcast to shine light on talented individuals in the Southwest Florida area. Thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Episode 96 with Bill Suave.
So, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good.
Yeah, how was your day today?
I worked today, actually. Yeah, I was telling them I work for a guardhouse at an RV resort.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it busy down there right now?
Not now.
Not now?
No,
Yeah,
when season comes, it's
yeah.
gonna be busy.
Yeah.
It's like 400 units.
Yeah. I feel like it's weird too, cause like a lot of places, you know, they're like, especially here, we know there's season, like you just said, it's off season right now. But I feel like this off season technically is like busy season, like traffic wise and everything like that. Like a lot of people are down here right now.
Yes.
So I was wondering, like, with it being an off season, how that was down there, because I know a lot of people that probably stay there are snowbirds that are going back and forth, but a lot of people I feel like didn't go back to wherever they're coming from, you know, this year.
I don't know if you guys are privy to, like, you know, the news about that, but this place, like, back in 2015 and I think also 2016, well, consecutively, like, Naples was like #1 place to live in America.
Yeah.
You know, so Southwest Florida in general is already on the map in sense of tourism and like all these what do you call them? What do you call those? Transplants? Because I'm a transplant. I'm from New York.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. So transplants like love it here. Like New Yorkers love it here. This is paradise in New York. Yeah. So yeah, I don't doubt that, and that's another reason why I kind of go hard with like we should probably get tight, and I say we, like, not just like what I do, you know what I mean? Like I can do my part and such, but like I can't fix nothing, you know what I mean? Like people got to do what people have to do things, you know what I mean? Like they have to do action. Man. Action will only get us out of this mess or get us prepared for what's coming. And what's coming really is that this place is going to be like a fusion of Miami and LA, but it's still going to be like Southwest Florida. So I'm thinking Naples too, because like Naples is like such an interesting place because it has money, right? And it has individuals that like understand how these high market areas work, like these fast cities. They understand how they work, right? But they just take like the best qualities of them, right? And try to refine it here.
Yeah, true.
So it's better that we, like, for one, understand that system, understand how that works and why that works that way, you know? And then, hey, what's goody? Adorbs. And then, you know, work with... What's good, bro? I'm Danny. Chill.
Kyle.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What'd you say your name was?
I'm Danny.
Danny?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Hey,
Fuck yeah, dude.
my name too.
And his name's Homeboy.
Yeah.
And that's
Homeboy?
yeah,
Hey,
sorry.
what's up, man?
He's a
Homeboy's
good
chill.
boy.
Hey,
He's
you
the
brought
best
the
boy.
big screen up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, basically we gotta be grown about this shit. It's business. It's business at the end of the day. You know, like we're creatives and we're sensitive, but we can't be so creative that's gonna get in the way of all of our opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of that?
Yeah.
We're just gonna be starving at the end of the day. You know.
Yeah, dude.
And that's why I preach publishing to start with, because it has to do with copyright law and intellectual property. And if you understand the power of the power of your ability to create assets in this intellectual property, right? And then, you know, by using an entity, a business entity like an LLC, you can actually create a holding company that is the legal owner of that property, right? And you are the owner of that LLC.
Yeah. And that's the way to do it. That's the way you have to do it in today's day and age, dude. Yeah.
It's super simple.
Yeah.
It's super simple, man.
Yeah. Because that way too, with taxes on everything, it's like you could pay. So if you get a check for $20,000, now you can spend what you want for business expenses and tax what's left. So if you're smart with it and you got a good accountant, You know, I'm not a financial guy. Don't take
I
that
feel
as
that, but
financial
no,
advice,
yeah.
but, you know, bring it
feel
up with
that.
your accountant. And, yeah, that's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People need to understand just that. Like you don't have to do everything on your own. You don't have to, it's good that you educate yourself for sure, but educate yourself to delegate that work to somebody else. You understand what you're delegating.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've got, at the end of the day, there's so much bandwidth that it's like, you can't master taxes when you're trying to do what it is you're doing too.
Especially as a creative, because it's like you said, you harness your craft. You need to be getting better and like showing that like there's value in what you are, selling people. And if you're constantly up in the books of everything and in all the background stuff, it's taking away from all that bandwidth. Like you said, you're filling up just on the business end of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's hard to. I get it. It's hard to delegate some of that stuff, especially on the creative front, with like delegating. Some of like the actual artistic aspects of things, like if you're a YouTuber, delegating the video editing or delegating like the music production side of it. Some people want to be doing all of it, and I get it, but it like takes away sometimes from what you're creating. Yeah,
for sure. And this is coming out of my mouth, but I still do everything pretty much.
I'm guilty about it too. Yeah, like look at this podcast. We're self-produced. I'm getting up to change cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
But we do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Facts. Which is dope.
Did you go to school? You said you were here since 3, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school?
Naples.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Naples High?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. I heard that was good high school. I really did.
For what? Particularly?
Well, let's say the people that I knew that went there, or that at least had friends that went there, switched to Estero, and they hated Estero. That's where I went.
I heard Estero was particularly a bad school.
Yeah.
For sure.
Pretty trash.
How did? Yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't know about. I wasn't like the high school guy though. I wasn't like I didn't like school. Like I was a different person back then. I didn't like. That. I hated it. Yeah.
Were you more studious? How was your high school time?
Nah, I think I graduated with like a 2.1 weighted. Something like that.
Just enough, dude.
Yeah, just enough. Just enough. I went to what do you call that? Alternative school. It's called Beacon.
Okay, like Coronado, like an online type school.
Yeah. But no, I actually went to the place.
Yeah, I did the same.
I went to the place just to bring up my credit.
Yeah, I did the same. Did the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know. High school was definitely a social experiment.
Mhm.
I see, looking back, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I hated it.
Cause dude, when I went to a community college and I was just like, nah, I don't fuck with this at all. This is just like high school.
Yeah.
And that's where we met actually.
Yeah.
So funny, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I just kind of went on just a whole bender. I was just drinking and smoking and just not really giving a fuck. And then I went to my mom called me. And then I went to a technical school called Lorenzo, and that's where it was the graphic design program. So I was just learning how to edit photos, do animation, make a website, video. What else? They say graphic design, but it was literally like multimedia and all that stuff. And basically, one of the assignments was to create an app. And I was just like, I like SoundCloud. I want to create an app or maybe like an extension that's like, okay, here is how you find localized artists, right? And there's actually an app out there that's like that. It's called Limelight. But it's a little, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not gonna praise it and trash it like that. Check it out. It's called Limelight. And basically, it's a music streaming service that is based on localized artists. So, like, the more popping you are in that area, right? You're like, the more likely your discoverability is, really. You know what I'm saying? The more likely you'll get impressions, people will find your music because you're popular.
Huh.
Yeah. Right,
That's
right?
interesting. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, right. It was like super beta. You had to get like some backup app or like some app that runs like tests beta apps. You know what I'm saying? I'm super techy with that shit. So yeah, you gotta get an app that tests beta apps, and then they'll like let you check it out and stuff like that. And it was cool. I haven't checked back in it like probably a year, to be honest. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Limelight. But yeah, so I wanted to create that, and I ended up just creating the hippie circle, and I just got lost in all the data. I'm not gonna lie, I got lost in just like all the great music that was around, and I knew about Backhouse already, and just branching, information overload. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And pretty much we created the hippie circle account. We created an account just to like, just start spreading awareness about everybody. You're like, this is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this is right here. Like, for us in Naples, Florida. In Naples, Florida, there's a whole joke. Like, you're a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fast forward now, literally a rapper.
Yeah.
That shit's fire. That shit's fire as hell, man.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
that pretty much was like the drive, the motivation of just like, we're all dope, we're all into this, we all like are creative in like different fields too, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, it was just crazy. We just kind of just moved like that. We just moved on that tip, and I don't know, good things come to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start? Like?
That was in college.
all
You were
that.
starting hippie circle.
Yeah.
How did it develop out?
2015.
How did it develop out of college? Like, was it you started events and stuff, and that's how it kind of transitioned into outside of college work?
Yeah, I mean, so I wasn't even like in college, if you will. Like, it was a technical school. It was a trade school. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I got a certificate in like multimedia design and like web design and stuff like that. But like, to be real, I didn't give a shit. I was like, this right here, this is something, you know? So we created the accounts, and I wanted to stay anonymous to just not really put a face to it, because I like wanted to be on just some Adult Swim shit, you know what I mean? Just like, just a brand, a platform that supported art no matter how crazy and weird.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
And we just started hyping these guys up, and then eventually we were just like, fuck it, let's meet with these guys, and we started meeting with them, and that's when everything, like, we just clicked up. We did the first Save the Youth, which was, I say 2015, but was it 2000? It was 2015 or 2016. It was 2015 because that was November. Damn, that was quick as shit. Yeah. It was 2015 of November. We did Save the Youth in this like. It was Marco's Bar and Grill in East Naples, right? And they charged us like $1,000 to do the show, and I think like 300 some people came.
Damn. And that was your first show that you did at Hippie Circle?
Yeah.
That's pretty
with
dope.
the help with all the artists on the set list, you know what I mean? Like, we all worked as a whole team.
Mm-hmm.
It was, man, I wish if we have the flyer still, I'll send you guys the flyer, and like,
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
But we had Backhouse, Nate, Phil, 17th Ave. I was on there.
Wow.
I think Sam was on there. Samson. Who else was on there? I don't remember, but we had other people like open up. So like there was like a few more people that performed too, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh, I bet.
There was a big fight that broke out. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It was
During someone's set?
Oh no, after towards the end. Actually, at the end of the Backhouse set.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it got crazy in there. Not gonna lie.
Who
man.
all from Backhouse was performing there that night?
Everybody.
Even Dom?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that was probably legendary.
Yeah, it was. It was because like all of our friends helped and shit. Like it was like a whole community effort just to like make this happen, you know.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's sick.
So then how do you feel like just with what some of these people have accomplished since then? Like just like Slight, Backhouse, Dom obviously, but like Nate too. Like Nate has just done such an awesome job as an independent artist. How does that make you feel? Because you were like there at the roots of it, kind of, you know?
It makes like I feel blessed, to be honest, to be able to like witness that, because that's the shit that you hear in documentaries.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, like, you had the vision of like, yo, these are awesome people that deserve that light, and then you see now Dom is worth millions of dollars in that, you know what I mean? Like, you saw that.
I mean, yeah, I had to. Honestly, like, bro, it's a little rocky situation, because like, when it comes to all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, what do you guys know about hippie circle backhouse for truly? You know what I mean? Like our relationship and all that stuff.
I don't know anything about the relationship between y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and like by design, like I truly wanted to keep myself in the background and just help people in the background, because like I'm not really a limelight person, if you will, even though like all the events I am hosting, but that's not by my design.
Yeah.
I call someone and they cancel. They're like, I can't do it, and it's like, I don't want to do it. But yeah. So
You just wish the relationship would have continued, kind of like into today.
I wish that I would have like I should have like said how I felt in the moment. You know what I mean? Because like 2015 to 2018, that was 3 years of like really dope highs, amazing music, but in the background a lot of lows. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of crazy shit, to be honest, that like we all had to deal with as a group, and individually. So this feels like a fucking expose. So I wish that like we all didn't let our emotions get to us. That's what happened. And with good reason, because again, the shit was fucking crazy. Shit was pretty fucking crazy, man. Yeah. Everybody was going through their shit. And like there wasn't clear communication within the group, and we all just drifted apart, you know, piece by piece. And shit got really weird piece by piece, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that's just like, I don't know, that's just how the shit goes, man. We're artists, we're sensitive.
Yeah.
And for the most part, you know, I was able to reconcile with a few people, but I don't know. It's like when you're popping, right? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get into something.
Let's go.
Southwest Florida has like a weird curse, right? It's like when you start buzzing and you start like really, really popping and being like, you know, making numbers, people are talking about you and all this stuff like that, right? I've seen it get to so many people's head real quick. Like genuine people turn straight D-bag real quick.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, like, bro, it happened to me. You know what I mean? But I'm so like behind the scenes, I like, thank God, like my ugly didn't show like that, man. You know, maybe that's how I feel. But definitely affected my relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so funny, man. It's so funny thinking about that, because like at the end of it, like these guys, everybody's so hard working, man. You know, like they really like do this shit, and that's really what piques my interest. Like I'm not really involved unless like someone's really, really into it, because I've held a few hands and fuck that.
Yeah.
Hands, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. That's good too. See people that are driven like that. It's cool. It's good to surround yourself with people like that. You know, especially for a point in time. I feel like, fuck, you can just be like, damn, use that as motivation and everything. That's good. But when you touched on you know, parting ways, were you talking about relationship between like hippie circle and backhouse, or hippie circle as a whole parting ways?
I mean, the hippie circle. Who do you think your hippie circle is?
All I know really is y'all,
Exactly.
and that's about it. I know people you've been affiliated. Like I know Nate was really affiliated with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he still is. Pretty sure he's still tapped in with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I know.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah.
It's always been us.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's awesome, dude.
With, you know, with the
Congrats on
help,
that.
with the help and delegation, you know what I'm saying, the help of our friends, our associates, and like the people that we really like admire and work with. You know what I mean? Like it's not just us all the time. Like we really have to like sit down and plan and I don't know, make purpose out of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, because it's like if we're at the end of the day, we're taking time out of people's days. We're taking time. If we're charging for an event, we're taking money and all that stuff like that. So we're asking a lot, I feel like. So might as well provide something to ask for.
That's good, dude.
Did y'all start the
That's
Kava Thursdays originally?
It was New Wave Sundays.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I think when I started setting up art there, it was when Casey Parks and Darby were
Mhm.
already doing it. And that was after you guys
Mhm.
had kind of like handed the torch, right? Or how did that all work? Because I don't know the behind the scenes, you know what I mean?
Shout out to them. It wasn't, there's no handing of the torch. Like, I guess that goes back to the whole like ecosystem thing. You know what I mean? Like when we did Kava, it was great, but then we had to stop because of business reasons. And we just stopped. We did our last show, and that was it. We just stopped. And then it came back again, and we were like, cool.
Oh, I see. I see. Were you the first people to do events like that at that, specifically that Kava bar, but just like, because now Kava bars are kind of like the place to do events, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. So funny enough, lucky enough, actually, I always gotta revert back to like the fact that I'm blessed. I be at the right place, right time with these things, bro. So I was just hanging out with a friend. Friend invited me over to that Kava bar. It just opened up, and they're just gassing me up to the owner, like, oh, this guy does events and he can do events for you, da da da. And she's like, really? And I'm just like, sure, what you want. And that was born with the help of Counterculture, you know,
Wow.
BQ, a whole bunch of people, really, powered by 3. Dude, I can go on. All the vendors that we got in there, like, we were supposed to charge the vendors, but we didn't. But whatever, that was, you know, all the vendors that were there, all the artists that performed, you know what I'm saying, like all the people that took videos that really made it like just, I don't know, it was like a celebration for what was going on. That's what it felt like, you know. So like our format was the first hour would be open mic, anybody could come on and do your thing, you know what I mean. We got the Ox coming through, and then we would curate like 3 performances afterwards, you know what I mean. And I don't know, it was just great. It was going great, and then it started getting expensive, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we asked Kava for $250 a week, and they were just like, that's too much money. We're opening new stores, and how can you do that to us? And we're just like, well, all right, we're gonna do one last one, and then we're gonna part ways. And we did it, and that one was great. That was the greatest one ever, honestly. It was really like amazing all around.
Heck yeah.
Who were some of the original performers that you'd have on that back 3 lineup?
Man.
Was XNVIX doing their thing at that time? Because I know that's who stood out to me most when I was setting up art.
Yeah, Jan was my cousin. Sorry, I like that's the only favoritism I got, I guess, you know what I mean?
Gotta put the cousin on.
Jan was my cousin. And going back to just helping, bro, like I want to help. So yeah, like it's like practice.
Mm-hmm.
Use this to practice.
That's exactly what they do too. And dude, they would. I've said it on the podcast before, but every single week I would set up at that kava bar and watch them perform with my art and stuff. And every week, dude, they'd come. Even if no one was in the crowd, there'd be two
Yes.
people sitting there just drinking some kava, not even
Yes.
jamming out, but they
Good.
would be up there with the energy at 100. And now look at them. You know what I'm saying? Like they used that and practiced and perfected their performances. And now anyone who sees them perform is like, whoa, what is their name? I'm gonna search them right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the whole point. I'm trying to think of names, but honestly, Andre comes to mind. Definitely had. I think we did. Have we had Nikki perform there? Della Rose.
When did you meet him?
Della Rose.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, probably 2017, 18. Sorry, I'm bad with that, man. You be putting on the spot. So 2017, he came through to our events at Juice Elation. So we were also doing an open mic at a local juice bar in Naples every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we were doing that, and then every Sunday we were doing kava. So we were burning the candle at both ends. And that's where I met Nikki, and ever since then, you know, we just kept in contact with each other, and he's always pulled through to our events. There was one time I needed him for something real quick, and he was just right there, ready to go, and I don't know, just ever since we just been homies, man.
Nice.
That's sick. I don't know him that well, but I just feel like he's got a good soul. Like any interaction I have with him, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
So then, when did you start taking, like, did it eventually transition into you doing your own music, like more so than the Shining Light with the hippie circle and all that? When did all that start? Built Suave.
Acid. Yeah.
What
To be real.
what age? And how many times?
I did like 5 in a week.
Okay. Damn. That'll do it. Come out with Bill Suave. That's
Honestly,
sick,
Summer Waves was supposed to be an anthology, right? Of just like my fantastical experience of Southwest Florida. So I don't know if you guys really listened to it, but it has 3 tracks. Reggie's, you listen in the morning. Vibes, you listen in the evening, like afternoonish, you know what I'm saying? And then Night Moves, obviously, in the night. And listen to that on acid. Honestly, you might feel what I was feeling, to be real. Some people have told me, like, you know, tripping on acid, they feel like, I don't know, just like an energy, like not my energy, but like just like they feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Which is like tight, because when I listen to trap music, I feel confident. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. My music is interesting because I like R&B. I feel like I mostly make R&B. I can rap. I can sing pop if I wanted to. I've sung pop before. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm genreless, essentially, but I haven't explored it farther than Billy Rose, which is an R&B base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe if I have another project, I can like try something else. But yeah, essentially, I don't know. I feel like this area hasn't really experienced me musically as an artist, really. Not like that. Like culturally, but also analytically. Miami gives me a lot of love. Shout out Miami. But yeah, I don't know. The music is definitely from the soul. Definitely just like what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. I don't know.
It's the whole vibe.
Just going there and vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like, Affection. You guys heard that song?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that verse for Affection, I know that verse took me, like, 15 minutes. That verse, I just felt right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that mostly... Are you more quick with writing, or do you tend to take your time on it? Take some time for certain things?
Do you wait for that feeling?
Honestly, I'm actually pretty quick with it.
Yeah?
Give me like an actual session, like probably like an hour and 30 minutes, and like, yeah, I got you.
Nice.
I got
That's good to be able to do. To just sit down, get it out, and, you know, get it going.
I feel like, cause I've been writing since I was probably like 13.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Writing songs or
poetry, songs, and stuff like
That's
that.
dope.
I don't write poetry no more, but I was definitely writing. Like, honestly, I have notes from when I was like 14, 13, like, that I use for songs today.
wow.
That's sick.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So then when did your music start? If you were writing back then, were you also making music back then too? Or was that more of a later life thing?
That was
And do
more,
you play any instruments? I was wondering that too.
I mostly play for production. I don't really play like performance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely the band. That's why I got the band. I just sing. Yeah. But when did it start? Definitely high school. I would say sophomore year. That's when like I discovered SoundCloud. So like 2011, I discovered SoundCloud, and I just started uploading just crappy recordings of myself.
Were they raps?
Yeah, they were raps. They're terrible. They're so
Were there many people at Naples doing that? Naples High? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were people that were freestyling, releasing records and stuff like that. That's honestly what kind of like. That's kind of what piqued my interest, right? About there being like a scene out here. You know what I mean? Because there's dudes back then like that aren't. You know, they're locked up, but like if they were still making music to this day, they'd be popping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, wow. That's true too. Now that I think about it, like think back to when I went to Estero, there was a lot of people there that made music as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, back then it was kind of joked on, like, you're a rapper,
Yeah.
you know, you make music, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's to a whole nother caliber where it's like, damn. But yeah, there's a lot of people that I went to high school with back then that are still in the scene making music, or some have gotten out of the scene onto bigger and better things. But yeah, still a handful of people I can name that I went to high school with, still making music. So that's cool to see that they stuck it through. Because there's a lot of them that aren't. You know, a lot of these people just found other things to do. Because at a certain point, you got to draw a line too, where it's like, you know.
Yeah. Like I want to be in music. You were asking me about where I see myself in 10 years and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see myself in music, you know, and that's why I like to learn so much about the industry, because I can work in the publishing side and I can work in the label side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
True.
I mean? Like I want to take the opportunity to leave here, you know what I mean? To go somewhere to actually learn, like under somebody, like under like an actual label, like just under a professional, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel so tied to this place because of what it could be in like 5 years.
Yeah. No, I feel you. That's true.
Do you know what the boys are doing out in LA?
No.
Because I saw a handful of people posting about it. I see on the stories and stuff. They're out there right now. And I figure it's just like that, where they're doing some sort of work with some next level type, stage in the ecosystem. And
I don't know.
I'm stoked to see it, bro. I'm stoked to see it. Because, like, dude, it's like you see that, like, spark, you know what I mean? Like you see it and you know that it's going to be a flame, Like, there's people like Yano who, like, that's going to light on fire, you know what I mean? Like, Yano deserves to be a star. All these people deserve to be stars if they just keep at it and, like, keep learning. Like, keep seeking that, like, that destination you're looking towards, Because it's so easy to just see all the failure and all the, like, shortcomings and all the ways you're not good enough and to just be like, well, I'll just get a job, or, like, just kind of fizzle out.
Yeah.
What would you say is, like, would you have any advice to artists to stand out? Because it's so even back in high school, like it's so oversaturated with people who are rappers or like trying to do the thing, and it's sometimes hard to stand out. Do you have any advice on how people could do that?
Consistency, really. Because even back in like early 2000s, right? Like, what was popular was mixtapes. Like everybody was dropping mixtapes, hot, like back to back to back to back to back to back. You know, and eventually you're gonna have certain songs that are hits and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even Frank Ocean like had like a whole collection of songs, like 60 songs. You know what I mean? That he just kind of had out there. You know, so it like build your catalog, start releasing consistently. Add visuals if you want to. Utilize these platforms. Like you really gotta be. You. That's the whole point of having a team. You know, like you can look and try to hire like a marketing company, right? But like unless they are truly like sitting down one-on-one with you, like consultation and figuring out who you are as an artist, what are your goals, where you are currently, you know, you really need to put that hat on yourself and just do the work, you know. I was doing a whole live stream today kind of talking about that, like you sometimes you gotta take off your artist hat, put on your publishing hat, take off that hat, put on your record label hat, take off that hat, put on your marketing hat. And like, yeah, it's hard, duh.
If it was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be a star.
Yeah. And that's the whole point of having a team. You know, I see people that are forming teams, and that's good. Like, go for it. You know, like create that management company and really stand behind someone and push them for real. Don't do it for just clout or whatever, just because to have one. Yeah. That's why I was so gun ho for back house music, man. Like I was really, like, that was like such a highlight, you know, for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I was working legitimately, right? Like in an indie record label, like for an indie record label. You know what I'm saying? Like in and out, and it, you know, for reasons that, you know, we didn't see at the time, like it just didn't work out. But I would hope for that to come back again. Like, I don't know what's going on with Slate, but I would hope for that to come back again.
Yeah, I see him plotting. Like they had podcasts advertised, and I know he's got, and they were. I even heard like Sino has a whole record that he's been anticipating dropping and stuff and whatnot, and I'm excited to hear that. Like what all the guys are up to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like it is kind of like, I don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Back to the whole ecosystem thing. There's no publications that are actually tracking that.
Yeah.
You know.
True. Yeah. Gotta go down at Naples and touch base with the
Yeah,
Back House
dude.
boys.
Yeah, we just finished up talking
Roll
about.
up on them.
Yeah, dude.
Just roll up with the camera. What are you guys doing?
Tight.
TMZ type shit.
I wonder if he'd let us in.
No. Not a chance.
Just call him first.
Yeah. Not a chance.
Well, no, not if we just showed up with cameras, but like I wonder if we set it up, if we'd go kick it.
Oh yeah. We could touch base with them. We gotta have Slight back on.
Yeah,
we gotta
dude,
have the
it's
other
been a
guys.
minute.
We gotta have the other guys on.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Sino and all them boys.
We were talking with Sino, and he said when he gets back from LA, he's dropping a project, and I haven't heard anything. So
Time goes on. It's so hard, like you said earlier, recording on Saturdays. Like between our job schedules, Saturday is the day that we found worked.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be Wednesdays and Saturdays, so we could crunch in two. And then I changed my job, he changed his job, so now it's like
Saturday
strictly
night.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
and for performing artists, that is not an ideal
Yeah,
time.
it's not ideal.
True.
Not ideal. Yeah. So,
Should we take a break real quick?
We should.
Before we keep going?
Yep.
We'll reset the cameras real quick. All right, we'll be right back for part 2. Enjoy the ads in the meantime. This podcast is brought to you by Anchor.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast?
When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions like, how do we record an episode? How do we get our podcast on all the apps people like listening? How do we make money from the podcast?
And the answer to every one of these questions is simple. Really simple, actually. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
And now, Anchor can match you with sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right now. In fact, that's what we're doing by reading this ad.
And see, I got mad love for Anchor because we are... How long are we into this podcast? A year and 8 months?
Yeah.
Almost. We're gonna be coming up on 2 years soon.
Yeah, dude.
In fact, next month will be 2 years. And I gotta say, 2 years to this date, Anchor's the only ad that's been rocking with your boys. So.
And we've never had a complication.
No, never a complication with Anchor.
We got it out every Monday.
They really are the greatest distributor service that we could ask for.
So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start.
I can't wait to hear your podcast. Yes! Are you building a website, creating a clothing brand, or starting a company? Do you need help? If so, look no further for graphic design work. NT Designs does it all. NT Designs specializes in promotional items, logo, clothing, package, and poster designs, as well as illustrations, stickers, branding, and photo retouching. NT Designs is truly a one-stop shop for all things graphic design. So whether you're building a brand or creating a company, NT Designs has got you covered.
And listen, branding is so important. And don't get me wrong, you can do it yourself. You can, if you have the ability, but making your efforts stand out, if you are starting a company, you need to have that crisp logo. You need to have the solid merchandise. You don't want blurry images on your shirt or whatever just because you screwed up formatting or something.
Yeah.
So you do want someone who knows what they're doing. And NT Designs, he does know what he's doing. He went to Chowan University. He's formally educated, and he's taking this seriously. He really is. It's cool.
Yeah. It's good to see all the things that he's got going on. He is killing it, with everything he's got going. He's been doing. I see that he also does he's done even signs, for your company. Like if you have whatever company, construction, anything like that. It's yard signs. We put them up for our job too. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And so if you have, I can say this from personal experience. If you have the money to spare, definitely think about outsourcing that to NT Designs for sure.
Yep. It's an investment and it's worth it. It's a quality investment. So if this sounds like something that could benefit you or someone you may know, please head over to NT Designs 97 on Instagram. That's NT_designs97 on Instagram, and you can see pictures of his work. We've got it posted. If you're watching on YouTube, you can kind of see everything that he's got going on. But follow him on Instagram so you can stay up to date with that. You can email ntdesigns97@gmail.com if you would like to make an inquiry and move forward with something. Make sure to follow him on Instagram though, so you can see everything that he's got going up to date, and you never miss a post that he makes. And by being a supporter of the show, NT Designs is offering a special discount for supporting your boys. So if he's offering 15% off as a special discount for anyone coming from our platform. So if you are interested, yeah, exactly. You can't beat that. If you are interested in what he's got, tell him the boys sent you from City of Palms. He's got a nice discount waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? Go build your brand. We're back. Hope you enjoyed the ads.
So when did Billy Rose start?
Oh, yeah.
2019. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
What motivated that? What motivated the start of that?
We just started making music together.
Okay.
Yeah. Towards the end of the back house days, we just linked up, started making music, and just kept making music.
That's dope.
Do you remember the first time y'all performed together? Performed your stuff live?
Yeah, it was at GCL, at Sydney and Burn Davis. I call it the Sydney. At the Sydney. And it was us. It was me, Nikki, and Mario, the piano slayer. Yeah. It was tight.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Was that 2019? Was that, no, I guess 2019. COVID happened 2020, right? Yeah. COVID just shut down 2020. So 2019.
In our brains.
I know.
2019 COVID was on the rise. They were talking about it in the news and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was happening over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And 2020 has been.
Yep.
Okay. So there hasn't been much. Well, I guess down here is different, but there hasn't been still. I feel like since COVID came, there hasn't been that show down here. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Things are trickling back, but
yeah, there's starting to become events. There's been some nice ones, been some fun ones.
Ideal Minded.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, the Smoke and Spitters.
Sean said that was the best hip hop event that has ever happened at Ollie's. And Fame Fayella has done events at Ollie's, so like that was dope. He said,
wow,
it's really popping off. Shout out ID.
Yeah,
But I know what you're saying though.
Yeah. Yeah, and that would be the one actually, because that one was turned up. The last one we went to of that was like,
and the one we didn't go to though, the one we didn't go to that we couldn't make it, both of us had prior engagements.
The recent one.
Yeah. The one that had, dude, the lineup was stupid. It was VI, Sunshine Mambo, Casey Park showed up. Like,
that was
the
one you
lineup
couldn't miss.
Wasn't Jay Drew? Jay Drew was there too, right?
I think so. I didn't go to that one either.
I heard it was lit though. I heard it was the best one they've done so far. I wish I could have gone.
Good for him.
There's some places that haven't really recovered though. Like there's events like Howell's one. I don't know if it has anything to do with COVID, but like a lot of events that they try to put on just aren't the same like level of.
I haven't seen anything from Millennial either.
Yeah, I don't know what they've been up to. I haven't really been over that way.
What kind of events do you guys like?
My favorite event that I've ever been to is probably the Till It Breaks Casey Parks release show. That's the kind of events I like.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the Kava vibe where it's like vendors, open mic type feel, but also like heavy hitting performers there consistently. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Feels like little like community, you know what I mean? Because like everyone's friends, everyone like kind of knows each other, is there week to week.
I think we need that as a community, like a spot that we actually go to. And, you know, like, Pub Palace would be, like, the perfect spot, you know what I mean? Like for me, it's a little far, but I like the Pub Palace.
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor did, that's another one of my favorite shows. Victor put on a show there one time, one of the Saiyan seasons, and it was dope.
The one with Busy?
In One Way.
Was that where it was?
Yeah.
Busy in One Way, yeah. That was the first time I saw One Way perform.
Me
crazy.
Too, yeah. Me too. I was vending, so I was outside while he was performing, but I was like, it was cool seeing Busy pull up too, because I think that was the first time I saw him in person.
Yeah.
And I had listened to his album Heavy.
That was crazy when Busy pulled up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was cool. Victor's a legendary for that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That was legendary. Yeah.
And he's doing cool stuff through COVID. I don't know event wise, but like he started Enjoy and like cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also OG.
Yeah.
Another thing I liked about the Kava events and that whole like vendor vibe is it creates like, and I guess open mics in general, but it creates like an outlet for people to test the waters. Like me, you know, like I wouldn't have started showing my art and whatnot if it wasn't for, it was easily accessible. I just DM'd Darby and was like, I just moved from Pennsylvania, so I'm like, can I put my art up there? And she's like, sure, and put my name on the list. Next thing I know, I'm going every week, you know what I mean? And that's important because there's how many other people, you know what I mean? How many other people around here who make music or paint pictures or anything and just need a place to do it.
Yeah, and you know, it'd be kind of crazy to turn away those people, because at the end of the day, like we need these creators, right? Like these creators create or drive culture, essentially, right? And like, speaking as a platform, speaking as someone who produces events, my only job is to facilitate, right, that drive. It's just direct it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, create calls to actions and stuff like that. Like, you know, what do you call that? Like, almost like a user interface type of thing. You know what I mean? Because that's my thing. I like making things easy and accessible, you know, and comfortable. Like, I like when people are comfortable at my events. I don't like when people feel like they can't just get up and ask for a freaking drink of water, or ask for like where the restroom is or something like that.
That's important too.
Yeah. And just feeling at home. That's the one thing that stood out about the Thursdays too, is like all the X and VIX guys, like I didn't know they were performers because they were just coming up looking at my art like, yo, this is like, what's your name? Like, nice to meet you, this and that. Like, they're just down to earth dudes, and that has more to do with like the people you have there. But the event itself too was like relaxed, comfortable. You know what I mean?
I like that. Like, I like to mosh, you know what I'm saying? I like house music, and I like that. I like chill, like, because at the end of the day, I'm still from Naples. You know what I'm saying? I like the posh, chill vibe. You know what I mean? Like, we're lounging, we're sipping our wine. We're not jumping around. We're not loud. We're loud. Get the fuck out.
We're not loud. I like that. Yeah, I feel you too. And food, having food is kind of a key for me too.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
A lot of events got to have a food truck outside or something, you know? key too.
Green Bites comes in clutch
You're
there. Like
hungry.
they,
Yeah, I
they set up a
know.
good display when they show up to
I
an
spend
event.
so much
Nice.
money when
Yeah.
Green Bites pull.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot.
Don't
You can't
stop.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that there's like, you know, local vendors like that. You
Me
know?
too. Oh yeah, I love
like
it.
Fabi, like I love Fabi, bro.
Yeah, bro. She was
I
just
love
here the
her
other day
cakes,
for a
bro.
gender reveal party we had, and
Her
she came
cakes are
clutch.
so good.
Yeah, they're so good.
So good. Her brownies. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's the carrot cake? What is it? The 3-layer carrot cake?
Those little
she's-
cups?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Smash.
Do you have any go-to like food trucks around here that you try to, aside from the dessert thing, like more like food trucks you look at when you have availability for a food truck at an event?
Like to book or just
Yeah, like if you're putting together an event, like any go-to people.
Not really. Like we do have some that we were just like that we like. You know what I mean? Like that would be dope. But not so much for an event. We've never really had many food trucks at our events. I'll keep it real. Like,
Do they normally charge? I don't really know how that works. They do it if they see potential in making profit. So, but do they charge whoever is promoting or putting on the event? Do they charge
no,
to show up?
essentially you're supposed to charge them a vendor spot.
Oh.
Just a short, like a small vendor fee, you know what I mean? And then they make their money on top of that.
They probably make some good money out of that.
I imagine,
course.
yeah.
I would imagine, yeah.
Like in that place where 300 people show up, all of them want food. You
Yeah.
got a food truck that's belting out, burrito smell or something.
Yeah, man. And like, I think that I'm always gonna bring it back to this whole ecosystem thing because like I feel like if there was more of a concentration on the promotion of these types of events, because sometimes there'll be like the same event like 3 times a week or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or 3 times a month. And it's like, well, what if like those organizers just got together, you know what I mean? If they knew about each other, just got together and like did that event and made it something, So like one's working on talent, one's working on marketing, the other is working on like other logistic things. I don't know. That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like a little Avengers squad.
Yeah, right?
Put the people where they best serve. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Dude, our COVID canceled our anniversary show. We were gonna do a 1-year anniversary show for the podcast and have like, we still want to do it eventually, but like we wanted the performers to be all people who've been on the podcast. We wanted the vendors to be all people who've been on the podcast.
Nice.
Food to be, like we had a food truck lined up. We had a whole like ideas and like, bro,
Live podcast.
Live
Maybe the first
podcast
live
at the
podcast
event.
we're doing.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, and then we had it planned for March of 2020, right?
And that was right
And
when
that was
everything
right when
had
everything
to,
kicked
had to
into
put that
gear.
Instagram post canceled
Like, damn.
till further notice. Now we could do. We're already past the 2 years. I was like, we could do a 2-year anniversary.
2.5 year.
What do you guys plan on doing, like now?
Dude, we were talking because I'm releasing my book in November. We have potentially. I don't want to say anything like too official, but like we have an idea for the book release to be some sort of party like that, where it's like releasing the book, but also it's like a live party to celebrate like
I like that.
like everything, like the people we have met and like all this, because it's been a journey, bro, since I came back from Pennsylvania. Like whole life has changed. Thinking about what my life was like before I moved to now how like everything is, it's like, bro, I was so shy, so like social anxiety, and now like, and I still do have that, but like this has taught me to like break out of it and just like
Awesome.
talk to someone and like get to know them and like what they're all about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I want to do something cool for the 100th episode.
Yeah, yep.
Coming up in like a month. So I don't know what. Maybe
Yeah.
not a live show, but maybe do something where it's almost like I don't even
Celebration.
know. Yeah,
That's
just a,
what it
just
needs
a
to be.
fest here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
would
we've
be
never
cool.
done a live podcast, but we wanted to.
There's a lot that goes into it. Streaming a
course.
live podcast, streaming that alone. But because ideally, if we could set it up, like at a show like that where we're doing it live, but then also stream it live to
Yeah.
like our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that goes into it. We need to get like the right boards and everything.
Yeah,
We're
and it would have to
working
be
our way
like
there.
you said, where like if we were to embark on an event like that, it would have to be like we'd have to delegate. It couldn't just be us anymore.
Yeah,
We self-produce
correct,
this
for
because it's
sure.
just in our living room, but like to do an event, we'd need to have someone for sound because we wouldn't have time to just like fiddle with our equipment until
it's
until we get it
It's
to work.
annoying as hell. It's annoying as hell.
And something always goes wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Sound, the stage, the lights, the cameras, everything. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
A lot.
You have to follow the signal flow. I've learned that. You follow the flow of the signal. So the signal starts here, and then you go to each and every component. You look at each and every component and see, okay, what's going on here? Like, is the volume low? Is this off? Is not plugged in? It's literally something simple like that. You know what I mean? You just keep on going until you hit the speakers.
Yeah. Wow. Signal flow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a bomb too. Yeah, that's what we got to do here. Yeah, because there's a lot that we got to trace back here, and we've run into so many problems,
dude.
Where it's just like, I mean, as crazy as like just starting everything, start a podcast, start recording, and we sound like robots, and we're like, okay, we don't know this audio thing.
Anything.
We didn't change a thing. Now our voice sounds like we're talking into like shattered glass cup or something. You know, like okay.
Yeah, an audio engineer will help you out with that.
Yeah.
Eddie Rock will help you out with that.
Eddie Rock, yeah, he did, and I think he did help us when he was here too. Yeah.
I can hear him like, come on, guys.
Yeah, Eddie Rock, DJ Promo helped
That's
us.
the hardest part about
Cody
interviewing
helped us.
people that like have knowledge there, because it's like, bro, we do like we do our thing, but like we don't really know what we're doing. We're not like audio guys. We're not video guys. Like we just fly by the seat of our pants most of the time.
And those guys are mostly cool about that stuff. They understand.
Yeah.
Dude.
Shout out DJ Promo too.
Promo's helped us out.
Yeah.
Fat. Yeah,
we did a
he's pulled
freestyle.
up.
We did a freestyle with King Rock here, and we didn't know how the heck we were gonna do it, because usually when we do our freestyles, it's very like low tech. It's not like, you know, not like how Flex would do it or Sway would do it or whatever. But when we had Promo here to DJ it, because King Rock deserves something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like we didn't know how it was gonna work. But lucky Promo did know how it was gonna work, so he just like knew all the, you know, like do it this way, and came in clutch, and that's how it needs to be.
Yep. Yeah, that was.
You can hire interns.
Yeah.
We
That's
thought
not a
about
bad idea.
Yeah, especially like with some of the difficulties we've had, like with you know, because we do this all ourselves and whatnot. Like we had to drop the hard drive the other day, lost an episode, like just things like that, where it's just like you know, it's just unfortunate, and you just got to roll with it.
Yep.
It's got, and like camera stuff. Like right now, this one's blinking, it's low battery. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's every week.
It's not ideal.
But eventually, you know, to have someone producer, you know what I mean? Like have someone just be here to like make sure this is focused perfect, because that's another thing is like we get the episode out and I go to edit it and it's like, dude, you're like barely out of focus, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I just glance at it because I'm just here like trying to be present, and I'm like, okay, you're good. Okay, you're good. But it's just like barely out of focus, you know what I'm saying? But let that be a testament, bro. If you're trying something, if you're like going for it, you know, music, art, podcast, whatever, it's like you learn as you go. You're never, what is it Judah said? You don't read the book to like learn everything. You just learn it as you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm a, what is it called? Kinesthetic learner.
Yeah.
My hands,
Yeah, me too. Me too, for sure. That's why I never did well in school. They want to cram all this information in your head.
Yeah, it's like
and just
read
tell
this
you,
and then
memorize
know it.
this test. It's like
I don't care about
get
this
me in the
stuff.
field. Yeah, get me in the field. Make my hands dirty. I'll learn it. Yeah.
I just started martial arts. I love that shit.
Nice.
Oh, what?
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
Sick.
nice, dude. Our boy does that. Our boy's
Yeah.
pretty solid. He's got like his first
Awesome.
amateur fight in October.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good
he's-
luck, bro.
Yeah.
Where are you
Shout out
training
Gabe.
at?
This place called PMA in Naples. They're
Okay,
franchise,
nice.
Yeah, they just
Nice.
started.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, cool stuff.
How long ago?
Like literally like this month, bro. I
Fire.
just
Dude,
started.
that's where it
Nice.
starts, bro.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's life changing. Jiu-jitsu is like sick. Like jiu-jitsu is so it's intensive, but it's like at the end of the day, once you like know what you're doing and get pretty good at it, it's relaxing and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's like Do you do like are you trying to do gi or no gi? Like row
No, we got gi.
gis?
Yeah.
Nice. That's manipulation too. More
Yeah,
areas to
right.
grab, sling, throw.
Exactly.
That's
But
good,
It's
dude.
been tight. It's been
Yeah.
tight.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, every time I see Gabe's trying to say like, bro, you need to start rolling, bro. Like you need to get
Gabe,
over,
what's
get
his
down.
last name?
Gabe Mata.
Mata? Okay, no. Because there's an instructor over there. His name's Gabe too. That would have been crazy.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, but that's a lifestyle, bro. The way he preaches it to me, it's like it's not just like learning how to fight or learning how to defend yourself. It's like it's art. You know what I'm saying? Like it's therapy.
Yeah. Even when I'm like just practicing the little stuff that I know, like I feel, like you really feel like you watch anime.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of an anime called Hajime no Ippo?
Mm-mm.
Ippo. It's a boxing anime. It's like old school.
Oh, sick.
And essentially, like, they have these like scenes where like these guys are like powering up for like the cross or the jab or whatever, uppercut, and there's like wind like circulating around like their bicep. You know what I mean? Like it's like their fist is like powering up.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, like when you're really like going into the motion, because like when you do a jab, right? Like it's your whole body. It's not just jab.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really like go into it.
Yeah.
And when I just slowly like full extend, like, and I'm in the whole form, I literally can feel like the energy like rising from the ground type shit, coursing through my body, packing up in my shoulder.
Yeah. And it feels so good. Yeah. To just be. Yeah. I love boxing.
Yeah.
I don't roll with jiu-jitsu, but like boxing is my like. I can zone in and just go, dude. I love hitting bags and
nice
doing that. Yeah, pads is fun too. If you've got like a buddy to hold pads and maneuver. But there's nothing like getting that solid punch where you're like, bah. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long you been boxing?
I mean, on and off, like never officially. I never went anywhere to learn, but it's something that when I was in high school, we would put gloves on and we just fucking duke it out. Funny story, Nate Morales knocked me out. Yeah, we were boxing in high school.
Oh my
He got me on the sweet spot, and I just remember waking up,
Oh,
and I was like, wow.
The ones that knock you out are the ones you don't see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just a clip to the jaw, and I just woke up on the ground. I was like, wow. It happened like in a second. Like I literally fell to the ground, woke up the second I hit the ground. But
nice.
it happened. I was like, yo, you just knocked me out. That's sick.
It happened.
That's sick. Yeah, but no. So then I always just liked fighting as like high school stuff like that. Put the gloves on with friends, friendly fades, and then when he used to live with Gabe, in their house they had before this.
He got us all gloves.
He got us all gloves.
Pads,
We had a boxing
Training
bag
regimen.
and the thing.
Damn.
We would meet up weekly and just like
We'd do mile
he was already
runs.
doing it at a training gym, so he would just kind of
like
teach
that.
us.
It's
and
like
it was,
that, man. You just like, I gotta do this, and I'm not gonna do it alone. You're coming with me.
Yeah, he would teach us the 1-2s, and like it was pretty sick.
Yeah,
shout out Gabe. Dude. That's
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Do you have a
awesome.
history of fighting or fitness or anything before the BJJ?
Honestly, I like football, really, but for the most part, I don't know. I guess I've just been kind of an active person, really. Like ever since I was little, I was like really good at like, oddly enough, like lifting weights. So
oh yeah.
I don't know. It was just like you said, like on and off again kind of thing. And now I'm 26, so I'm getting old. So I'm not trying to like that shit's just gonna catch up. I know
Yeah,
it
gotta
is.
keep the joints
So
oiled,
I
bro.
gotta, So I was like, let me get a discipline, and this was it.
Dude, it's cool. It's cool that you mentioned anime too, like to relate it to how you like feel when you're performing some of these things, because like I think about that a lot in the gym, like when I'm working out, because it's like I was thinking about it today even, like me and Danny, we love Dragon Ball Z, like that's one of our top like favorite animes and stuff, and we like the concept of Super Saiyan is something that like it's fictional and it's like funny, you know, because they just yell a lot and power up until their like hair's gold, but it's like at the essence that's real shit, you know what I mean? Like me and Danny is it the 80% rule or something like that, where it's
40%.
40%, where it's
40%.
like when you've reached your max, when you're like going to like do a number of push-ups or like whatever, it's like that's not your max. You keep pushing because like you haven't achieved your max yet, and you think this is your max because you feel so tired and wore out. But if you keep going, and it's the same with anything, you know, like whether you're like having a day of work and you're starting to feel tired and you're like, I need to go home, or like whatever, it's like you need to tap into that like inner, you know, that whatever that inner energy or whatever you call it, you know what I mean? Tap into it, and that's what, just like tapping into Super Saiyan, you know what I mean? It's like you unlock that, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, well, first I would go back to anime. I believe that life is definitely like an anime. But that for me, it's like that voice in your head, like that pops off when like it's like you know you're supposed to be doing something, but you don't want to, and then that voice is like, you know you're supposed to be doing this. I feel like that's what that is. And it's like you either choose to listen to it or not. Mm-hmm. You listen to the one that's like, fuck that shit, we don't gotta do that, and that's like your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just how, like, you notice a lot of times the protagonists in anime, they'll constantly have something, especially, like, you know, like the ones like One Piece and Naruto and like all those, like, whatever you call them, Shonen Jump or whatever, they have like that something that they're looking at, and no matter what anyone tells them, that's what they know is gonna happen. Like, you know, Luffy is like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, and everyone's like, no, you're fucking not. You're skinny as hell. You're a little kid. What are you talking about? And he's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. And Naruto, you know, I'm gonna be the Hokage, and they're all like, no, you're not. You're a little jit. And he's like, well, I'm gonna be the Hokage. And then alas, by the end of the show, they achieved what they said, because they had that, like, utmost confidence, that unbreakable confidence. And that's what, like, whatever your goal is, you need to have that, you know, just like in anime, like, you need to be that character that's like, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna be that top selling artist, I'm gonna be that, you know, famous painter, I'm gonna be that football star, I'm gonna be a black belt, you know, fighter or whatever. And if you just keep that in your brain as that's where I'm gonna be, every day your life is working towards that, you know.
True, very true. There there have been moments where you know, I really had to, like, kind of slow down and realize, like, holy shit, like, I'm actually, you know, I'm over here like, man, I need to get in the industry, I need to be in the industry, I need to, like, work and, like, get the homies in there and, like, get the city eventually in there, and, like, you know what I mean, like, I need to, like, orchestrate and conduct and da 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 da, and, you know, getting lost into all that, I missed the fact of, like, just basically everything that I've done. Like, everything that I've done, like, doesn't even matter type shit, because I'm so focused on, like, why aren't we here yet type shit. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? So, yes, having purpose is important. If you don't have a purpose in life, or, like, if you're not striving to figure out your purpose, there we go. If you're not at least striving to figure out, like, okay, like, how do you say it? I can do more. Like, I can, like we have to contribute to our community. We have to contribute to society. You know, it's the only way that things actually really truly progress. You know what I mean? Like, like in this class, they teach children in this class. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's awesome. It's like, these kids are good too. You know what I mean? Like, they're pretty good. And it's just like, yeah, like, that's the future. Like, we have to realize our future. Like, that's why I'm like I'm trying to focus on education and publishing, because, like, education is key. Like, people need to really care about their future. Like, we're not kids anymore.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So life is definitely an anime, and in the sense that you can create your destiny if you really truly focus on it, and also in the sense that you shouldn't take life so fucking seriously because this is an anime. Or, okay, here's my analogy: life is a video game, and you shouldn't take it so seriously because it's a video game. You know, like the game. We know what the game is. The game is, like, striving for something, achieving success, having, like the fictional, or, like, the dream, you know what I mean, house, kids, dog, whatever, family, and, like, good job and all that stuff, right? Being there for your elders, fucking recycling, just being the best that you can be, really, right? And taking the game too seriously is, like, being mad that you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
Being mad that other people are there.
Yeah.
Being mad at, like when, like, living in Naples, bro, when, like, rich people, affluent people, whatever, people of a certain lifestyle, right, they talk to you a certain way, right? And you can be like, up yours, fuck you piece of shit, or you can not take the game seriously and understand that this is someone that takes the game too seriously.
That's important. Yep.
Because with all their money, they really think that you're about to do what the fuck they say.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see that. I see that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And practicing mindfulness too, like you said, like it's important to focus on that goal, but sometimes you just get that tunnel vision, and sometimes life is throwing you, like, signs that maybe there's a like, if you're so focused on achieving something, But like there's all these signs saying like, you know, it's working in this avenue, it's working in this avenue, come turn that way. And sometimes you need to pay attention to that, and to truly do that, sometimes you have to be present. You know, you can't be too focused on the future or dwelling on what has happened or the past. It's like you gotta recognize the blessings you have right now, and recognize like what you have achieved. You know, you like, I just did that, or this is happening, I have this in my life, and that's so cool, rather than like, I'm not where I want to be yet.
This isn't moving fast enough.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Oh, for sure, that's me. That's me. Yeah.
And we're all guilty of it. It's easy. It's easy to fall, like, take the game too seriously. It's so easy because every single day we have these pressures. We have, you know, like insecurities. There's all stuff we got to work through. You know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Would you agree that it's? I heard this be said somewhere. You say this often, where it's like, would you agree that in order to achieve like a dream that you're trying to achieve, like I said, the end goal, that's probably 90% of people want that end goal.
Yeah.
Financial freedom is a big one too. At the end of the day, you don't want to have to be stressing about how you're going to pay for rent, cars, things you want, whatever, etc. It's important to go through, like, experience a job that you hate, you know, in order to kind of get there. Would you agree with that?
Or to feel broken, like to have that moment of just where you like you're at your lowest. So, you know, like I was telling you about the what was I saying?
It's like rock bottom.
Yeah, like when
like
the milks. When I was telling you that throwing the milks in the dumpster.
The milks.
I had a day where I had to literally dump. At my old job had to dump like.
You said it was like
250 gallons of milk that had expired. I was about to go home, like it was almost my time, and like. I think I even had like my second job after, or something was happening that day, but I had to throw out all these gallons of milk, and it's like the dude assigned it to me right before I was supposed to leave, and it's 250 gallons of milk I have to throw in the dumpster, and the way I want to do it, and the way I want to do it is like that's gonna smell so bad sitting in a dumpster in the 100-degree Florida heat. So like I want to dump the milk out and then crush the thing and then throw it away. I mean, I'd want to recycle it, but I had to. Needless to say, I had to throw all these gallons of milk into the dumpster, and the whole time I'm sitting there, that was the same day I found out my credit plummeted. So like, so I got that bad news. Texted Danny like, bro, I gotta figure something out. Like I'm not doing good financially. Then they do that to me, and I'm throwing these gallons of milk. Like I only had like 15 minutes, and I had to get home to like my dog and shit. So I'm like, fuck this, and I just like tried to use every ounce of energy to just like grab these milks and just boom, just throw them into the dumpster. And the whole time I'm doing that, I was telling him like I'm just thinking like I'm never doing this again. I'm never being to this point. And you hear Casey Neistat has a similar story of like working in a restaurant, having to dishwasher clean like cham clouder pots, and it was just the worst grueling job of just scrubbing these stupid pots, and that's what kind of fueled him to be who he is today, because he's like being at that bottom, working that job that you just hate, you know what I'm saying? It's really good for you at the end of the day, you know?
Dude, humility, I think. You took it the way to motivation, and I can attest to that for sure. Motivation to get out of a situation that you like in your soul you feel like this is not for me.
Yeah,
for sure. I enjoy working jobs that like are of service. Like I worked a lot of hospitality jobs, so I like being of service to others. Like going back to helping people, and just, you know, like even with like, you know, the situation you guys are saying, I'm just thinking like, yeah, I know what to do. I got you. I think that yes, you should understand your worth and like what isn't for you, you know what I mean? But also understand that like there are people that do these jobs on the regular, you know what I mean? And like the job needs to be done. And like Dirty Jobs, you ever seen Dirty Jobs?
Yeah.
That was like that was supposed to be like in homage to like the people that actually work these types of jobs. Yeah. Because without them, our whole like infrastructure really would be like go to shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, that's true too, and it's, fuck. It makes you think like, not because you know what you're saying is absolutely true though. It's like essential in order for us to function. Like everyone wants to be the YouTuber, famous like, you know, artists and everything, really, but you know, society's not going to function as a whole if we don't have plumbers or electricians and
or garbage
general contractors. Everything. But it makes you wonder, like whenever I was in high school working odd and end jobs, you know, a lot of restaurants, country clubs, things like that, I'd be working with people that some people are like, you know, you get those servers that are like 50, 60 years old, and you're just like...
And kitchen staff.
Fuck.
You see cooks
Yeah.
that are just like dedicated cooks, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm Haitian. I see the Haitians that are in Publix like for 19 years. You know what I'm saying? Counting.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, for the most part, they like it.
Publix is a nice place to work.
Yeah, if you have that,
They
if
treat
you
you
have
nice.
that plan of
Yeah.
like being there 20, 25 years,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
kind
They'll
of only
take
worked
care of you.
there for, you know, however many years he did, just a handful of years, and he had like stocks through them, he had
Yeah.
like hella benefits, got paid out a lot when he left the company.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's cool that companies are able to like take care of those sorts of people, because it is an essential job. Like no one wants to be bagging, you know, or taking trash out in public bathrooms or cleaning the floors or whatever, but it has to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've cleaned bathrooms before, man. I can be vulgar on here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the women's bathrooms are the worst bathrooms ever. I'll say it here first. Oh my gosh. Ladies, I love you, but gosh. Just look before you leave, I guess. But yeah. It's like the whole essential part, because okay, even in like the music industry, right? Like I feel blessed enough to actually enjoy publishing. Like I enjoy data entry and like connecting dots and making sure like tracking and all that stuff. Like that's nerd shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like an artist is not supposed to like that, but I enjoy that stuff and I feel lucky. So I can sacrifice, in a sense, time on my artistry to do it, because I like it the same as I like my artistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
It's important to pay attention to that too, because I feel like we all have those, like, whether it be skills or feelings or whatever. It's like we have certain things about us. You know, maybe you like doing this sort of job, or you don't like doing that sort of job, and it's like you kind of got to pay attention to that. You know, it's like where it's like I said with the path. Like sometimes you have a different calling that you kind of need to put some attention towards as well. You know, because that might be where you fit into everything. That's how you're going to contribute best to the world, and you know what I mean, to your community. Bro, I just finished Terry Crews's memoir called Manhood. And it was sick, because he's got hella stories like that. I had no idea. Like, he like, really dives into his, like, himself and, like, his feelings and stuff, and, like, how he's at these points in his career where he's, like, been at the top, you know, made it to the NFL, this and that, and then he gets cut. And then he's back to, like, bottom of the barrel job. And it gets to the point eventually where, like, he had to learn through so many hard processes and, like, being shitty to people just throughout his life just because he, like, had a big head and everything.
Word. That ego thing, yeah.
And it, like, you just, reading it was cool because you just see the ups and downs to the point where he's at a very, very low down after being in the NFL, which was even more humbling because he's like, bro, I don't deserve to be, like, sweep. He got to the bottom to where he had to do a job sweeping for 8 hours or something, he said. And but that humbled him and made him realize, like, I made these decisions that got me here, or like, you know, that the NFL worked out the way it did for me, and maybe that's not, his wife had to point out to him, like, maybe this isn't what you need to do, maybe like this is what you need to do. And so, but he got there, so he had to sweep those floors for 8 hours a day until his true calling came to him, which was like acting and modeling and all of that.
Wow.
And it was cool because like he talks about he gets a security job, and I won't get too far into it, but like he just makes the most out of his time, you know, like he wasn't able to like do the things he really wanted to do. He had to do the security job, but while he was standing there posted up, he couldn't make it to the gym because he was working all day, so he would just do push-ups on the floor. He'd grab it, like if there was like a little bar, he'd do pull-ups, and like because he got really out of shape and he wanted to be in shape, and doing all of that led to him, like someone on set was like, I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, was like, you're doing security, you need to be behind, like in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to be doing an acting role. And that eventually led to where his career eventually made him a superstar. And
Wow.
you know what I mean? And it's cool to read that, like to see someone like him who's this like apex person in society, you know, like celebrity that
literally
went through all of that, you know, because so many people get to that low and then that's it. They're like, I fucking, you know, they become that depressed, just like self-loathing, just angry person.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. I was gonna say something, but that was such an interesting story.
That was.
At the security job, there we go. The fact that you said free time, you know, like managing your time, right? Okay, something that really like noticeably changed my life, right, is having a physical calendar to actually plan out my time.
Yeah,
for the
100%.
day, the week, the month, right? And it's like the time that I spend working at this guardhouse, like I'm literally working on publishing, bookings, and like the marketing and all that other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Utilizing that time good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because for the most part, like I feel like right place, right time. I feel blessed to be in a freaking guardhouse that I can just sit in for 7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chill.
And you're in the same boat.
100%.
You just told me the other day, like you're
Nice.
now working 2 jobs,
60 hours a week.
6 more hours, but the way that hours are set up, you can work on other things and utilize, more time to edit the podcast.
I was telling him, like, I went from I was making a living off art, like just solely.
Wow.
I quit my day job at the milk place and everything.
The milk place. That's a grocery store, dude.
The milk place, not too far off.
But quit that job and I was doing art full time, and so like transitioned, and now where I'm at, I have more time to edit the podcast now, working a full time 60-hour a week job, than I did when I was just doing art full time. And it was because in like whatever, I don't know exactly like why, but it's just because of that like mindset where now when I'm in the morning at work, I have like 3 hours to myself where I'm just like monitoring the program and stuff, monitoring kids. So I have 3 hours to just like have my laptop out, and like between things I have to do at my job, I can just edit part 1 of the podcast, and then next day edit part 2 of the podcast.
Nice.
And then by midweek, podcast is done. Still work 60-hour week, still have Saturdays free to like record a podcast. You just gotta find that like where it fits together, you gotta like put the puzzle, and some of it is time management. You have to figure out what time you have allowed to, you know what I mean? And some people just use it as an excuse, they'll be like, I work a day job, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for
but
that.
in that time where like you're editing or you're at the gatehouse, they want to be on their phone, or they want to, and then
On
they want to.
TikTok.
It's about finding that grind too.
And I
sure.
get that, like, with the bandwidth, not everyone has the energy. Like, I know people who work a full-time job and they just don't have energy to go skate after work or whatever. But that, me...
That goes into lifestyle there, like...
Yeah. Like,
that's a
me
different
as someone
beast.
who knows, like, I want to skateboard and whatnot, like... If you don't have the energy, you got to find out why. Maybe you need more sleep. Maybe you need to improve your diet. Maybe you drink way too much caffeine. Like, you need to make some adjustments so that eventually down the road you can do the things you want to do. Because like it's totally valid. You might be exhausted when you get off work, but like if you truly want to do what you want to do, and like that's not to say you can just work the day job. You know what I mean? You don't have to like grind, burn the wick at both ends, because that can result in burnout and shit like that. But it's like. You gotta pick and choose. You gotta choose what you want in the world, and if you truly want to like pursue education and publishing, like that, you want that. So like in your downtime, that's what you're gonna do, because like the security job isn't your end all be all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's well said.
Mm-hmm.
This part 2's been fire, bro. We're on one camera left. I don't even know how long we've been going, but this has been interesting as hell, man.
Yeah. No, this is one where this is one where we definitely got to have you back. We try to do like little things where we have like guests back on, but it's not, we structure a different format. Like we've had this audio guy Cody on for a regular interview. Then he came back and did like a hot ones thing with us, where we had like hot chicken
Little
wings,
game to do.
hot sauces.
Oh, wow.
We spin a board to see where it's gonna line up. Certain amount of spice, ask like the certain amount of question. The most spicy sauce is gonna be like a spicier question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun. We try to do little things like that too, where it can just help bring that audience to the YouTube and ultimately give us more content. And you're definitely someone I want to do that with, because we could sit here and talk for hours. Yeah, good talk.
Dope. Cool.
Yeah.
But
and I gotta say props to, like, thank you for coming on tonight, because this has been long awaited, and the fact that we just shot our shot today was like, yo, and you're like, let's go, and you're here.
Yeah,
and we did it.
I figured since you guys reached out, I was like, long awaited for sure. It's been like almost a year, right? Since we last talked about this?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, not last talked about it, but since we actually tried to set it up, and
And I feel bad, because like there's DMs sometimes that like people will hit us up that we don't know, and it's like, person's dope, we want to make it happen, but like it's hard, you know what I mean? It's hard hard to fit it all in, but we try. So if you're listening and you're one of those people, we fucking love you. We want to talk to you. It's just right place, right time, it happens when it needs to.
Definitely, because you guys are advertising as well these episodes,
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I can already tell like that like actually piecing, clipping and like, formatting really to like what they're saying and like what like why it is important and why it pertains to the rest of the like it all takes planning, it all takes thought, and intention. So kudos to you guys, really.
Thanks, bro. That means a lot.
Thanks, yeah, for
we
real.
Unfortunately we do only have the GoPro, but if you wanted to plug anything, like anything that you have out there, your Instagrams, Billy Rose, anything, that camera is all yours.
Oh, cool. I go by Bill Suave. Honestly, I can only plug the Hippie Circle. The Hippie Circle, you can find everything. That's me, Billy Rose, everything we've done, everything I've done. Actually, Cafe Nutrients. Shout out to Cafe Nutrients. We're doing a Sangria Sundays hosted by Counterculture Collective. You can catch us there every Sunday from 10 to 2 in Naples.
Pull up,
Sick.
slide through.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. 10 to 2?
Mm-hmm.
10 to 2. Okay, nice.
Yeah, man.
Where is that? Where's that place at, too?
So it's on Tamiami Trail. It's on Tamiami Trail, and it's in this nice plaza building. It has a very spacious back parking lot.
Okay.
Where they sometimes have dope like night market events.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
nice.
Nice. Gotta slide through.
Yeah, dude.
Pull up. You do it every Sunday? Nice.
Yeah, and we have different DJs playing house music, deep techno, or deep house, techno,
Damn, hell yeah.
bass, drum and bass.
And that's 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.?
No.
10 a.m. to 2
10
p.m.
a.m.
Oh,
to 2
then
p.m.
that's solid,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Because I
brunch-
was just thinking,
brunch
like,
time.
I can't make it.
No, yeah, brunch time. We have unlimited sangria, like it's like $24. You get a whole pitcher. It's nice.
I gotta pull up. You're gonna be there tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm there every Sunday.
Dang, I don't know what tomorrow looks like with the car situation. December's
sure.
cars broke down, but I want to try to pull up for real. Because
Yeah.
we try to set up at like flea markets and stuff Sunday mornings, but we don't do it every Sunday. So that'd be cool. I love coming out to Naples too. So
Yeah, nice. We haven't been out too much lately. Just been busy. Been
I
missing
feel
a
that.
lot of shit.
Yeah.
man, this has been a solid episode 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where can they find us at, bro?
Do we got a camera? We ain't even got one?
Turn it.
Hey.
Woo.
You can find us at City of Palms Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, new episodes every Monday. Social media platforms.
I
too.
highly
Follow
advise
our
the Instagram because
The
I understand
Instagram.
not everyone's into the podcast. You don't got time to like drive and put on a podcast or sit and watch a YouTube video. But Instagram, we got 1-minute clips, we got 30-second reels,
Yeah.
Story highlights, just all that stuff to get the content
It's
to you.
popping off on the Instagram.
I love the Instagram, dude.
Yeah.
I really do like putting
Yeah.
content on there. So
Oh, yeah.
get it. It's just City of Palms Podcast. No spaces, dots, or anything like that.
Yep. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our Instagram.
All the
And tune
things.
in.
Hit him with the outro, Biscuit.
Yeah.